Okay. So we discussed two domains last time. Now let's go for the third domain. The third domain is basically stakeholder engagement. You understand the requirement of the stakeholders, you ensure that the stakeholders are involved, you manage their expectations. So it's all about stakeholder engagement. We know that it's all about, the entire thing is always about stakeholder engagement. Okay. So if we look at the task one, identify and engage effective and empower business stakeholder through review in order to ensure that the team is knowledgeable about the stakeholder interest, needs, and expectations. So what does that mean? We need to have open communications with the stakeholders as much as possible. Whatever the ways we utilize to have the open communication, we need to do that because stakeholders are everything, right? Sprint review is the best way that we implemented this thing. Identify and engage all stakeholders by promoting knowledge sharing early and throughout the project to ensure the unimpeded flow of information and value throughout the lifespan of project. So we use information radiators to share information to the stakeholders. That is the one way. Maybe plans, if needed, can be done, weekly reports, whatever is needed, depending upon the requirement. But information radiator is key in Agile. Establish stakeholder relationship by forming a working agreement among key stakeholders in order to promote participation and effective collaboration. We want to build our relationship with the stakeholders, maintain proper stakeholder involvement by continually assessing changes in the organization in order to ensure that stakeholders are engaged. We want them to engage. Establish a collaborative behavior among the stakeholders among the members of the organization by fostering group decision making and conflict resolution in order to improve quality and reduce the time to make decision. One of the purpose of sprint review is so that we can take decisions immediately. We show it to the stakeholders, stakeholder approved it, and we worked into that way. That is one of the reason why we do sprint review. So we need to have a collaborative environment where we can engage them and make sure they understand the things. And finally, manage stakeholder expectations. Establish a shared vision of the various project increments, deliverables, release, iteration by developing a high level vision and sporting objective in order to align stakeholder expectation and building trust. Now, here we want to build the trust with the stakeholders. We need to do the things that can build trust with them. Maintain understanding of success criteria and acceptable trade-off by facilitating awareness in order to align expectation. Now this goes to the trade-off thing is very important in agile. So maybe some things need to let go in order to improve other things. So what things you are willing to go, what things you need to look into, that kind of an important thing. Provide transparency regarding working status by communicating team progress, work quality, impediment, and risk in order to help the primary stakeholder make informed decision. We need to be open about the stakeholders, how the things are going to be aligned, what things we need to look into that. So that's an important thing. Provide forecast, the level of detail. So sprint, when we make the roadmap, we provide the roadmap to them so that they can understand what is expected of them. Does that make sense to everybody? I don't think so. Anything is confusing here, or is there? Okay, cool. So let's solve some questions here. Abdullah, starting from you, please.
What is the most effective strategy for ensuring that future sprints are more aligned with customer expectations? You are leading an agile team that has just completed the first sprint. The delivered increment did not meet the customer's expectations for value. What is the most effective strategy for ensuring that future sprints are more aligned with the customer's expectation? A, request a detailed list of requirements from the customer to follow in the next sprint. B, conduct a sprint review with the customer to understand the gap between the delivered increment and the expectation. C, increase the sprint duration to allow more time for development. D, add more team members to increase the sprint output. For this one, so I would go with B, conduct a sprint review with the customer to understand the gap.
Okay. Basima,
Yes.
would you agree to that?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's solve the next question, Basima.
How should the team proceed to ensure value-driven delivery? An agile team is working on a new product. After a few sprints, it becomes evident that the market conditions have changed, making some of the planned features obsolete. How should the team proceed to ensure value-driven delivery? A, continue with the planned F features to maintain the project schedule. B, hold a meeting with the stakeholders to reassess and reprioritize the product backlog based on the new market conditions. C, focus on increasing the speed of feature development to complete the project faster. D, allocate resources to market research instead of feature development in the next sprint. I'll go with B.
Why?
Because we are feeling that some of the planned features are going obsolete, so we have to reassess it and reprioritize that whether we need it or not.
Mm-hmm. Abdullah, do you agree with that?
Yeah, totally, sir. 100%.
Okay, good. Next question.
Um, which which approach should the agile team take to realign the project's outcome with actual user needs, ensure adherence to value-driven delivery? A product owner presents a prioritized feature list based on their understanding of the market needs. Midway through the project, analytics indicate that user engagement is significantly lower than anticipated for the features developed so far. Which approach should the agile team take to realign the project's outcomes with actual user needs, ensuring adherence to value-driven delivery? Continued development as planned, considering the initial market research as the guiding document for the project scope. Suggest pausing feature development to conduct a thorough market analysis and user research to update the product roadmap. Implement A/B testing for the features already developed to gather more precise user feedback and adjust the feature prioritization accordingly. D, increase marketing efforts to boost user engagement with the developed features adhering to the original project plan. Let me see which approach should the agile team take to realign project outcomes with that. I would see my
Yes, you would have
I
it.
I would go with option B.
Why?
Because we have to do some realignment between the outcomes and the user needs.
Okay. Wasima, what do you say?
I think it's C, though I do not know what is actually the A/B testing,
A/B
but I think
testing
it's
is alpha beta. Basically, I show you two things, which one you want, this one or that one. And depending upon that, which you are most likely to buy, I'm gonna show you that and more. Right?
so.
Okay.
Yeah, I guessed it was C, but I don't know. I think it's C.
Okay. Why do you think Abdullah it's B?
Um, well, I think that some reassessment needs to be done, and it basically will give more time for review and to update the roadmap.
Okay. So suggesting pausing the feature, that does not make sense. You see, uh, Now the thing is that we made something. That thing did not worked out to be perfectly. How we wanted to do that, that thing did not worked out that way. Right? Does that
Mhm.
make sense to you? That thing
Yeah.
did not worked out to that way. Now we want to improve that thing. Now we want to look into that, how that thing can be done in the best possible way. Okay, you want to look into that, how that thing can be done in the best possible way. In order to know how that thing can worked in the best possible way, alpha beta testing, testing one option or testing other option can give you the best case scenario. So C is the best answer here. Abdullah, you need to get better in the question answers. We cannot work into like the question clearly says that analytics. We're talking about analytics. Analytics is indicating something that people are not interacting towards that, and we want to improve the analytics. So it is clearly C option. Okay. Well done, Wasima. So Wasima, next question.
What should the agile team do to ensure the project remains value driven? An agile team is developing a new software tool. After several iterations, the team has created a robust set of features that exceed the original expectations in terms of functionality and user experience. However, a competitor releases a similar tool with a key feature that your product lacks, which appears to significantly shift market interest. What should the agile team do to ensure the project remains value driven? Um, A, quickly pivot to include the missing feature, even if it means delaying the project or going over budget. B, stay the course, focusing on the strengths of the already developed features and the superior user experience. C, conduct a cost benefit analysis of integrating the new feature versus enhancing existing features to better meet user needs. D, organize a focus group with potential users to determine if the competitor's feature genuinely offers added value or if it's a market hype. I think it's C,
Why?
uh, because there's a market shift and we might have to do a cost benefit analysis of integrating the new feature versus enhancing existing features so that we can meet the market needs in a better way.
What do you say, Abdullah?
Hmm. I uh, I would go with option D, sir.
Why?
Do an assessment. I would do an assessment first, always stating that the product lacks a key feature that could shift the market interest. Um, I would still want to know and get
Mm,
that
mm.
opinion.
Okay, Vasima, you see, benefit to cost is an important thing, and we know that. But here the question is asking, which appear to significant. What should the agile team do to ensure that we have a value driven? Okay,
Mm.
if we go from the option, quickly pivot to include the miss, even if it causing delay, I don't think it's a good option. Stay the course, focus on the strength, not a bad option. Conduct a cost benefit analysis, the new feature versus enhancing existing. Good point, but now there is a significant, the question already says that shift market interest. Organize a focus group to look into that, how we can add value to that thing. You see, whenever there's a market shift, we need to look into that how that things worked into that, not the cost benefit analysis may or may not work into that way. BlackBerry, if they had done the focus group instead of their cost benefit analysis, this should be in the business till now, right? You need to look into that how things can reorient, how things can change. You see, I was reluctant to do PMIAC, but you and six other people just said we want to do it, and that's why we are doing PMIACP group. Now I started making the mocks on simulator, and you are doing the minimum viable product. You are checking it because I want to make sure that competitive edge we had for PMP, we had for RMP, because we had for PGMP, we also had for PMIACP. Make sense, Fasima?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
The D was
competitive
the answer.
D would be the answer.
Okay.
Okay. Ji, Abdullah, next question, please.
How should the team adjust their approach to ensure the project's success? An agile team is under pressure to deliver a new online shopping platform in a highly competitive market. The initial release plan includes several innovative features that are expected to set the platform apart. However, early feedback from the beta testers indicate that while the innovative features are well received, the core shopping functionality is not meeting user expectation. I just want to read that over one more time. So however, early feedback from beta testers indicate that while the innovative features are well received, the core shopping functionality is not meeting user expectations. How should the team adjust their approach to ensure the project success? A, focus on refining and perfecting the innovative features as they are likely to attract more users once the platform is launched. B, reprioritize the project backlog to focus on enhancing the core shopping functionality before further developing the innovative features. C, launch the platform as planned and address the core functionalities using feature updates. D, extend the project timeline to improve both the core functionality and innovative features simultaneously. So I would go with option B to reprioritize the backlog to include that core shopping functionality.
Basima, what would you say?
Yes, I also think it's B.
You also think it's B. Okay, great. So that is great. And that is all the questions, 5 questions we have for today. Uh, Almost you guys are going parallel. Some questions someone is getting right, some questions someone is getting wrong. So both of you are doing very poor as of now.
Okay.
Okay.
So what comes to the application? What should
Okay.
I go
So
ahead and
yeah, start your application. Okay. I'll send you the details that you
okay.
need to fill for the application. Okay. This is the name of the organization I'm giving you in your chat box. This is the name of the course, PMI ACP exam preparation and dates you need to put. Okay, just 1 second. I'm putting it while we are talking. So when you write down the description, let me know whatever the description you write. Okay.
In ACP application, the audit is common
And it is 1 out of 5. The 5 are,
because I think
it's okay.
1 or 2 years back I applied, so even then my application went into the audit.
So you should have told me that before. If your application was audited before, whenever, even after 10 years, you will apply, the first thing is you will be audited again.
So one thing, right? The details is sent out on WhatsApp.
Hmm.
Just
Yes,
right.
yes.
Because I don't I because I'm in the office, I try not to get this.
Take your time and get back to me. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Inshallah.
See you next Wednesday. Bye bye.
Inshallah.